Hey everyone, it's Mr. Cody again. Welcome to Virtual Ukulele Club Video Edition number 2. Today we're going to be learning a little bit more about some different chords on this guy. We're also going to be learning about ways to strum it. We're going to learn a common strumming pattern today. And we're going to learn a new song. So, without further ado, let's get to it. This past Wednesday, we held our very first Zoom-based ukulele club, which was really good and really informative both for the participants and for me, because I learned a little bit more about what some people want to see. So, I'm going to show you a really, really cool practice exercise that's going to get your fingers moving in between these different chords. That's going to be the most important part of learning how to play the ukulele, and I let people in the club earlier know this too, is going from, this position to this position to this position to this position to, whatever other crazy positions you're doing all over the neck here, quickly and easily. That way, it's second nature. You don't gotta think about it anymore. That's where we want to get to. Let me show you a quick exercise you can do to get there. So what you're gonna want to do is pick two chords. So for today, we're going to go with our C chord and our A minor chord. We're just going to switch between them. So you can do 8 of each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then as quickly as possible, you're going to flip it. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then back to the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you do that enough with, every new chord you learn, let's say you learn a crazy chord and you're like, oh man, how do I get from my G to whatever this crazy, this isn't a real chord, but like, for instance, this. How do I get from this to this? And the only answer is, you go from this to this to this to this to this to this. And then you pick another chord. You're like, okay, how do I get from this to this? This to this to this to this to this. So it's going to be a little bit boring at first, but after a little bit of doing that, you're going to be like, you'll be able to move through them pretty quickly. And you can do that. Let's pick two more chords. This one's pretty easy. We're going to go from our A minor chord to our F chord just over and over and over again. And this time I'll do each one 4 times. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can move up to 3 different chords. Let's go from our C to our F to our G, to our C, to our F, to our G. And we're going to do 4 of each of those too. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And you don't need me to practice these. Just pick any old 2 chords and just start moving back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. And you'll pick it up in no time, I promise. The next thing we're going to cover today is what's called a strumming pattern. The most common strumming pattern you're going to hear on this is this one. Give it a listen. The strumming pattern is really, really easy to learn. We just need to talk a little bit about beat. Now, when you see a measure of music like this, it's going to have 4 beats in it, usually, if you see the 4/4. And most of our songs that we're going to play are going to be in 4/4. So we don't really need to worry about any of the crazy stuff, 3, 4, 7, 8. Forget all that for now. So for now, we've got 4 beats in our measure. So the beat goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, over and over and over and over and over again, right? That's how we're going to construct our song. That's how we're going to construct our strumming pattern. So let me show you how we're going to break it down. Instead of resting in between the parts where we're not going to strum, what we're going to do is we're going to put our hands on the strings. And what that's going to do is if we've got any open strings, it's going to mute them. If we're playing a chord, it's going to mute that too. And it's also going to give us a little bit of an idea of when those rests are. So for now, let's just think about it all rests. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first thing we're going to do is on the second beat, we're going to strum down, up. Or if you're using your thumb, you can do it this way. Down, up. So it's going to be 1, down, up, 3, 4, 1, down, up, 3, 4, 1, down, up, 3, 4, 1, down, up, 3, 4. Great. So you've got that so far. You can repeat that. Just rewind the video a little bit. Follow along until you've got that underneath your fingers. We're going to add one more thing. We're still going to rest on 3. But on 4, we're just going to go down. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, down, up, 2, down. 1, down, up, 3, down. 1, down, up, 3, down. Great, that's awesome. So that is going to be the beat that we're going to use both for the song that you heard last week, I'm Yours by Jason Mraz, and the song that we're going to learn this week. So let's talk about that. The song we're going to learn today is an old one. It's a song called Stand By Me, which was written by Ben E. King in 1961. Or at least he's the first one who recorded it. Stand By Me is going to use the exact same 4 chords that we learned in last week's video. So let's run through those again really quick. We've got our C. We've got our F. We've got our A minor. And we've got our G. And we're going to use that same strumming pattern that we just learned. It's going to be Sound good? So let me show you how the chords are going to be broken down. Each group of 4 beats that we play is what's called a measure. So what we're going to do first is we're going to play 2 measures of C. So we're going to hold our C chord right here and use our strumming pattern that we just learned. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first 2 measures. Then we're going to go for 2 measures of A minor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then, here's the part that's a little bit tricky with this song. We're going to do 1 measure of F and 1 measure of G. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick change. 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to do another 2 measures of C. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. I know that's a bit much. Rewind if you need to. But let's go ahead and we'll stitch that together. So here's what it'll look like on your end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Switch to A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. 1 measure of F. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 measure of G. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 more measures of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Awesome job. You guys are hanging in really, really well. You guys will get this in no time, I promise. Just get a little bit of practice every single day, and you'll be great. Let's see what that's going to sound like when it's all put together. Thank you so much to everyone who watched. You're going to pick this up very, very quickly. We'll be back next week with another video, and we'll be back this Wednesday with another ukulele club if you're watching this the day that it comes out. I hope everyone's staying safe and happy. Keep on playing, and we'll see you next week.